matchup. Two of the purest shooters in the game, two of the prettiest jumpers in the game.
And Ayton down the lane to open the scoring before Phoenix defense can get set. Pool. And the Warriors are on the board.
Let me just go one-on-one. Go at my guy's head.
Kel Bridges played and started in every
pull down there, but that's one he could have made for sure.
Chris Paul, tremendous mid-range jump shooter, and particularly at the end of games.
Sometimes he rotates over late, so they only have one option. You have to finish, and you can't score over.
Clay played the D, but a little too much contact as Bridges puts it in.
Mikal Bridges, you don't see him just dribbling around, holding on to the ball. He makes quick decisions, great for your offense. He always talks about the Suns.
Other than the Wiggins shot, everything has been a perimeter jumper.
Seeing this way the Suns are switching everything.
There's Paul setting up Booker. We close out by Draymond, but they made it anyway. So, welcome to the best team in the NBA. Off the dribble.
That's a win.
Draymond, little floater. That has to happen more.
Draymond recognizes it. He's always 2 steps ahead of the defense.
Draymond stayed with Ayton the roller, so Call couldn't give it to him. And I'll tell you, Mikal Bridges, he's going to get votes for Defensive Player of the Year. Andrew Wiggins, and there's the 3, left wing, his favorite spot.
In transition, a lot of times they do get into a rhythm getting out in transition. They get good looks. They got great ball handlers and great decision makers.
Bridges finally misses, and Looney coming back for the rebound. Well, as good as Phoenix set defense is, take anything you can find early and launch.
Need that.
Dribble into the turnover, 5 giveaways already. And then Draymond fouling Devin Booker.
That's a good hard foul. Devin Booker had no chance of getting that one up. Make him earn it at the free throw line. They'll get out in transition too. They're kind of middle of the pack when it comes to their pace. But Draymond Green just didn't really have the ankle he wanted to just play it straight up. Go get it at the free throw line.
Booker missing the free throw. Tonight's Warrior Shop item of the game, Steph and Clay black Nike City Edition t-shirts. Honor the Warriors legacy at shop.warriors.com. You're a Kentucky guy. Booker wasn't even a starter at Kentucky.
No.
Did you think he would be this good an NBA player?
You saw flashes of brilliance at Kentucky, but he got with the Suns and they really let him flourish. And he developed as a ball handler, as a decision maker. Now he's just blossomed into an all-round player. People used to say about him, great stats, bad team. He's one of those guys. He can't be the best player on a good team. That was just a lazy take to me. Like, you see guys where, okay, they're not talented enough to be on a good team and be the best player because they're not efficient. But he was not one of those guys ever. He's always been a great player, and he cares about his efficiency.
Andrew Wiggins is called for the travel. And that will be the 6th Warrior turnover, and we haven't even played half a quarter.
They do force a lot of turnovers, and they score a lot of points off of those turnovers, but some of these are just the Warriors kind of giving it to them, making mistakes on their own without really being forced into it.
Otto Porter Jr., GP2 in, so Draymond will slide to center here.
This would be a nice matchup with GP2 on Chris Paul.
You know, the one thing I thought when Booker first came out, they were like, well, he's going to be the point guard. I'm like, you know, I don't see the point guard. I think he's a cold-blooded off guard, and that's why the Chris Paul, and Chris Paul's been doing this for 17 years. If you play against him, it becomes incredibly annoying. You put your arm out, he's going to do the rip through, and he's going to pin a team foul on your team.
When you look at GP2's face, you can tell how annoyed he is. Got that arm out there. He's just going by the rules. They call that a foul.
And Chris Paul also knows that's the Warriors' 4th team foul, so don't be surprised when he does it again, so the Suns can shoot free throws the rest of the quarter. Skip pass, touch pass to Crowder. Shot clock at 1, and how about Bridges? Never even came down. So aware that he had to get that shot off. That was beautiful.
Chris Paul is not only the only one on their team with high IQ.
And speaking of high IQ, Draymond with a beautiful find as Wiggins dive cut to the bucket.
Anytime they make a mistake, you have to make them pay.
Booker missing there. Draymond the rebound. first home game after a long road trip is often a clunker. The Warriors are trying to fight through that, and I love Draymond's going to the basket. He made one floater. This time he gets fouled.
The original on-ball defender fights all the time. You see Mikal Bridges get on the wrong side of Draymond, so now Draymond knows, oh, he's not in between me and the basket. I can roll. And you got a great passer in Jordan Poole, who's able to make that pocket pass. Let him try to get all the way to the rim, get fouled. And if you can get to the free throw line, that'll help. You started out shooting a 3-ball, 1 for 4. We've seen over the road trip the Warriors are capable of getting to the free throw line consistently if they can continue to have that mentality to get to the rim.
Draymond 1 of 2 from the line. Chris Paul's like, all right, Gary Payton, I played against your dad. I'm going to play against you. And Payton comes up with a steal. Running with Jordan Poole to lay it up and in.
Like how Jordan Poole protected that one, but that's just ball pressure. GP2 had his hands up. I always say dribble around him at your own risk. Also pass around him at your own risk.
There's a lot of good defenders on the floor for the Warriors right now. Porter and Payton and Wiggins and Draymond. Booker spaces out and bottoms the 3.
See, CP3 and Devin Booker have such a great rapport. Anytime CP sees his defender just helping off like Andrew Wiggins, he's firing over there.
How about Jordan Poole? They're playing it for jumpers. He's